The title of this video is Presentation Masterclass Volume 6, Understanding the Wrong Persona for the Presenter. The question comes up to someone that's not an attorney: why would I want to sound like an attorney? The interactions that I've had with attorneys were negative. They were bad listeners, they were haughty, they were rude. The last thing I want is to present like an attorney. So why would anyone listen to John A. Belcher, 40-year attorney, on how to make a presentation in business? Well, the fact of the matter is that you can learn a lot from the three bad persona attorneys of what not to do. And more fundamentally, the great attorneys are great communicators and don't have the problems of the three flawed personas. The first kind of persona you don't want is the slick presenter. And I was having a conversation with a woman who runs an investigative agency, and she was hired by a very powerful law firm that charges very high fees to interview jurors. And they had had very poor results in a case. And she went and talked to the jurors, and the jurors said that they were turned off. And a group of them said that the attorneys were slick. The first rule of sales is you want to be likable. And a certain type of presenter or a certain type of attorney walks in and has disdain for the government staff, including the clerk and the court reporter, and are very self-assured that they're the smartest person in the room, and they present like that. You do not want to be slick because your audience is going to hate you. The insulting presenter. Some clients say, well, I really want a pit bull. I want somebody that interrupts the other side, that calls them names, that gets in their face, that runs up the level of conflict. Well, what's the problem with this? The problem with this is that the court reporters hate them, particularly on Zoom. You cannot talk twice over each other because it becomes a complete garbled mess. And attorneys that interrupt and presenters that interrupt and don't understand that everybody has to go at a measured speed, everybody has to take turns, are nightmares for the court reporters, and the judges, the juries, and the audience aren't going to be able to follow. These are people that talk too fast. They're rude. And as a presenter, if you have a comparative advantage over a competitor, don't badmouth them or call names. It just makes you less likable. And the third persona that you don't want is the sloppy presenter. People that make mistakes, there are typographical errors in the slides. The slides have fonts and colors that are unreadable. And it looks like this presentation wasn't made with care. It hasn't been proofread and video read to get all of the errors out. That's a third persona that you don't want. And great attorneys aren't insulting, and they're not slick. And if they want to win, they're prepared. And that's what you want to be. So if those are the personas you don't want, what is it you do want? First, you want to be calm. Even if you're not used to speaking, you want to slow it down. You don't want to give in to your anxieties. And you want to talk in a natural way. You want your humanity to come through. You can be self-deprecating, or talk about yourself, or tell stories about people that can be relatable, whether they're part of your group or you yourself. You want to come across as someone that was hardworking and is going to be hardworking as you engage with your audience and as you start to do business together. And you want to be respectful, particularly of the audience's time. You want to make sure that you get to the point quickly, that you engage them, and you don't allow them to drift off. And in particular, when questions come in, you want to stop because that's telling you that they're engaged and have a question. And you want to make sure that you understand the question, lean forward, and engage. The respectful, calm, hardworking persona is the winning persona in presentations.